Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLA video. Folks, we are here to do a brand new tier list. This time we have to add 2 new characters to it who finally make Dark probably the brand new meta to follow for all existing veteran players. New players, we'll talk more about that in a different video, but safe to say, Dark finally has this moment. It's about damn time. So let's go over the tier list, guys, and talk about where the brand new characters sit, whether they're on top of the mountain, whether they're in the middle still climbing, or if they're just BS. We all know that last one is not true, but we do want to break it down. There are going to be some changes to the last tier list as well, too, now that we've seen the power of an elemental stacker and where they belong in the tier list. So without going any further, guys, though, I do want to say real quick, don't forget the content creator program is going on. We are now into season 15. We are up to 2,156 supporters, guys. Hit that support button, get yourself in for some free codes. I've already submitted both codes. 2 of them will be on the way to you guys as soon as they're approved. So make sure, guys, it's absolutely free. It's always pinned to every single description and also every single comment section. Check those sections out, click that support button. It's free. Get yourself in. All right, let's go over the tier list, folks, and talk about where everybody belongs, because we've done this numerous times. There are going to be some actual changes right now because of what has just transpired with Dark. So get ready for a little bit of a difference from what you've seen before. Okay, there are 2 SM backs here accidentally, so I apologize. Ignore that. Don't worry about it. All right, let's start off with the worst of the worst. Yes, guys, I know some of you guys like Payne. Stop putting SRs in here, but quite honestly, for newer players, I think it's very viable still, just so they understand not to waste their resources. So to all my veteran players who are like, Payne, honestly, what are you doing? That's the reason why. You guys have to understand, from my mentality, I'm trying to cover the game from all aspects, whether it's veterans to newbies to people who may have been around for a month and still don't understand the game that well. Honestly, all SRs are pretty much going to be not viable except for a very small minute few, and we're going to put those small minute few up here now. I'm going to put all the other ones down here, honestly, because there really are no reason to put them higher, but there are a couple of them here that play somewhat of a role. I even put her here for the sake of putting her here, and the reason why these 3 play a role is because she honestly is not really that useful. I'll put her over here as the best one, but Kim actually does play a role in BOT if you're looking for a heavy break easy unit to just, because stats don't matter, obviously, right? So if you're looking for a heavy break unit as a support, he's actually fantastic for that. He's the only one that actually provides it. And then Anna, of course, and any team that requires defense down, if you don't have a good defense breaker, she's easy to get up. She's the reason why she's up here. Okay, everybody else though, pretty shit, so you don't bother going any further. All right, guys, before I go any further, again, please hit that subscribe, remember to like, hit those notifications on. Let's get up to 110k. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Let's keep going, keep pushing, and thank you so much for subscribing, supporting your boy. I appreciate you guys, and of course, thank you to all those donations and well wishes as well. Starting 2026 strong, a little bit of a hiccup in life, but hey, we're doing well, we're moving on. So thank you again for everybody. I just want to say that because it means the world to me. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, guys, got a little sappy there. So here we go. Let's go through the rest of these guys. So the first thing we're going to put is we're going to put Beck at B. Yes, he will be probably the best one on this list, only because of his defense shred. And honestly, Light has Laura now, so she kind of does give him a little bit more of a boost. Not enough to really matter, but enough to still make a difference, to still be on the top of the B list. But quite honestly, you really don't want to use him if you don't have to. This is desperate times, called desperate measures kind of scenario. And of course, Dongpu. I'm going to put Dongpu in, where is he? Where's he at? There he is, with his shitty glasses. Now I'm going to put him over here. He doesn't even deserve to be in the same league as these guys, so I'm going to put him right there. Even so, honestly, Saw's pretty shit too. She has some place before. When she was first out, she was fantastic. Now she's just kind of like mediocre and nobody really cares about her, unfortunately. We suck because she was amazing back in the day. All right, now going over to the A's, let's go over this. So first off, I'm going to put in one of the idle characters that many of you will not have because you weren't probably here during the idle, or you may have quit because you're like FSLA for doing this collab. But she, there we go. Seiyun goes over there. Akari still unfortunately not very good. A little bit better than Choi, so we'll give Choi that right there. Lim actually is going to move up to S now as a breaker. He's actually not bad. He was a last update, but honestly, after playing around with him a little bit more on my pay to win account, he actually isn't very bad anymore. He's actually pretty decent for Dark and a lot of fun to play as well too, so give him a try. If you have him up, you might be pleasantly surprised at how much he can perform. And then Alicia, I'm going to put Alicia right around here. She's still an A, unfortunately, but not enough to really make the cut for the S's. Honestly, I know we're getting Miri Miri, I think it's Miri, or Mary, maybe it's Mary. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Meri, probably Mary. So we're getting Mary as the water infuser. I think if they were smart, they would have made Alicia the water infuser, just give her a brand new role instead of a striker, and we probably would have seen quite a bit of the difference with her. Now, I'm very curious though, with Miri coming in as an infuser, whether Alicia will have some sort of resurgence, right? So depending on what she offers in terms of the infusion and buffs, we may see Alicia step up a few notches, because infusers are actually making other units that we don't use look really, really good lately. All right, so just keep that in mind. Okay, let's go over to the S. Shuha over here, Gunhee definitely over here. Gunhee's honestly, he's just a little outdated. Still a really, really good breaker. Unfortunately, just outdated at this point, right? So Maylin, unfortunately, is also going to probably drop a few spots as soon as Mary comes out. So we'll see how that goes. Hansi May, of course, is also going to probably drop a few spots once an infuser comes out. But remember, all of these supports, guys, are always still playing a role, and that role is simply this. They're there for guild boss and POD to keep you alive, and some WOBLs for her, especially when there's like debuffs on the ground, whatever the case may be. They still have a role to play, right? Gina, still great unit for buffing. Unfortunately, Christopher Reed, again, kind of makes her nullified in most content. Not all content. She still is useful here and there. So don't forget, they're still very viable for a lot of things. Lee Bora, I'm going to toss actually right in the beginning. She still plays such a big role. Now that Dark has even more power, Lee Bora kind of hits the top of the S charts, in my opinion, and should probably sit there. Honestly, and Harper as well too now kind of gets a little bit more love because of the ability that she provides Dark. Now Dark is killing it in terms of damage, especially surrounding two different people, and we'll talk more about them as well. And again, I used to do this individually for each unit individually, but now I'm kind of thinking of like individual plus in the proper team, right? So keep that in mind, and I'll explain it as we go through this as thoroughly as I possibly can, right? Mirai, unfortunately, just completely, she's gone. And Charlotte, honestly, I haven't tested Charlotte. She might actually have made a little bit of a resurgence. So until I test her, I'm going to put her here for now. But because of the Dark, the abilities of Dark now increasing so much more, we may see a little bit of a resurgence. The only problem, of course, is the fact that the new units don't buff defense. So that kind of puts her in a tight spot now in terms of where she should go. She used to be over here. We may leave her there. But I feel like with Dark's resurgence with Igris or Sian Halat, I think she's going to have a little bit more love now. Okay, so I'll do more testing on that when I get a chance to. All right, let's move over to the next section here. So again, we're going to go Jenna down here, one spot down this time. We did have her above. I think Laura is definitely up here. Definitely deserves it. Makes Light absolutely bonkers. I put her down to SS before, but now seeing her abilities and what she brings to without her versus with her, it's like night and day. Like Light damage goes significantly lower if she's not around. So keep that in mind. Miyun over here, of course. Kanae, of course, unfortunately, she's lost her luster now a little bit. Goto, still the best breaker. I'm going to put him up here. Well, actually, you know what? We'll go to that shortly. We'll talk more about that shortly. Cha, honestly, still deserves her love. She's still incredible. So, like, they buffed her, she's still killing it. Min, I still think, honestly, one of the earliest character to be on the top list here, and deserves the SS love. I don't care what anybody says. He's still incredible. So I'm going to put him there. Yeah. Saren is definitely SS. Best water breaker for sure, but not best breaker in the game. There's two best breakers in the game, and I think they deserve a little bit more love. Yusayun, honestly, not as viable anymore. I'm gonna toss her over here. Still pretty good, but just not as great as some of the other units. Stark, yeah, it deserves an SS, I think, especially because it's free to play and how easy it is to get up. Mini, unfortunately, now gets to drop down to the SSS section, the double S section. Yeah. Just because of the buffs that are provided now from the other units, and they're not defensive buffs, right? I'm going to throw Isla in here as well, too, just to give her a little bit. I think she's probably the best of the SSs in regards to what she provides now that Dark is so powerful, but everybody else on this list is going to be one step above. All right, so Christopher Reed, if you put Igris up, you got to put Christopher Reed up. So let's go through this list, okay? So we're going to go Yuki first. Yeah, Yuki's the best firebreaker by far. It's not even a question. Probably the best breaker in the game. Goto, really, really close second. I would put them easy together. Christopher Reed absolutely deserves to be up here. So we're going to go like this right there. listen, if you're going to put Igris up here as a Dark Infuser, he brings just as much firepower to fire, and it's desperately needed. You can see the difference when he's on there. Yes, he didn't do the DPS we wanted him to do, guys, but at the end of the day, he's still a force to be reckoned with, so let's not forget that, okay? Water Cha, yeah, definitely deserves to be here. Still the best water unit in the game. Next to Freerin. Freerin actually is a universal buffer, best buffer in the game at the moment by far. I'd say probably like this here. Fern, best DPS, so we're going to toss her right there. Kihun, honestly, breaker-wise, I'd probably be like right here in the middle. Provides so many good buffs and debuffs for Dark and everybody else as well, especially if you're HP and attack oriented, and he provides so much crit damage that he's absolutely bonkers. I think he's could questionably, honestly, be better than Yuki to some extent as well too. So he's going to be between these two right here. Yeah, I definitely better than Goto though, so that's for sure. Thomas still kicking ass with his buff. He's still an incredible DPS. So we'll toss Thomas right around Laura area. I mean, honestly, he really does do crazy. I'm gonna put it right here. Probably he does do crazy damage, and you can't deny it. Like if you use Laura with him in any team formation or anything else in terms of WOBL, even he kills it, especially with the right gear. Leonard. I'm going to put Leonard down a few slots now. He is still the best wind unit. I'll put him right around here. Definitely is going to be overshadowed very soon, but still double S or triple S, sorry, still the best wind unit, but I think that's eventually going to change very soon. Now we have the last three here. So with the new resurgence of Igris, Igris makes the Dark team extremely powerful. We're talking about like super broken. And not only that, but he makes them finally take the meta. He really does. Like, you don't necessarily need Cahun. He really does help a lot. Harper can really do a good job as well too, but he really does bring more than everybody else does from a buff perspective. But from a debuff perspective, Igris is crazy. Now, with that being said, yeah, Sun Hwan is bonkers now. He's just crazy broken. With this combination of Sun Ki-hoon, Igris, and Sun Hwan, that's the best team right now for Dark. They do crazy. Now for Guild Boss, you can questionably say that SM Beck is up there as well. I'm going to put him right over here. He actually he can do more damage than Sun Hwan can, like depending on your gear and stuff. But these three together in a team on Guild Boss are almost unbeatable. And then of course Cahun over here, Sun Cahun is also added here. So if you go Igris, Sun Cahun, and SM Beck, also extremely broken units together. So these guys right there, this combination right here currently is the meta. But he doesn't, unfortunately, he's the best breaker, but he's not the best buffer. Freerin still takes that lead by far. But this is it right here, guys. Let me know what you think. I don't think I missed anybody. If you agree, put it in the comment section. If you don't agree, let me know what you would have changed. Thank you again so much for the support, guys. Much love to you. Happy Saturday, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.